Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me, it is my partner in crime. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Joshua. Gangsta time, go.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
What up, Chris?
Hey, buddy.
What's good, Brian? What up, everybody listening?
Hell yeah. Also joining us is the disembodied voice of our producer. It is my brother, Edgelord. Big news, Brian.
Dude, Josh, you spoiled I was here. I didn't even get introduced, and they just knew I was here. You ruined the dramatic surprise.
I think you'll be alright.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have a really fun show planned this week, so let's get right into plugs. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
JD Cole _37. And that's on Instagram as well.
Hell yeah, Brian.
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Oh yeah. You can also follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter especially because every week we do a weekly really good chapter of the week poll for you guys to decide what you guys' favorite chapter was by committee. So get on it. Follow us. The poll goes up every Sunday if I don't forget. But this time I did not. I did it on Sunday. So go on there, cast your vote. We read the results every week, and I got the results for this week. So let your voice be heard. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to mention or talk about. That would be pretty sweet. Or you can comment on whatever video you're watching. Speaking of videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube, hit that like button, share, all that stuff. Let's get this engagement fucking going, dudes. Also, if you prefer an audio version of podcasts, you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, we are on there. So check us out on that. And yeah, I think that's it. Without further ado, spoiler alerts ahead. It is time to randomize. One Piece.
Let's go.
This is One Piece chapter 1015. Chains. The opening page is Senior Pink getting carried by a stork because he looks like a baby.
No.
Pretty good. Last we left off with One Piece, Luffy was yeeted into the ocean and all hopes looks to be lost. Kinemon took a devastating blow to the head, and the battle's like, not looking great for everybody. Chopper is like fighting Queen, and he just got munched at the opening of this chapter.
Yeah, and it showed them, man.
Yeah. And he's like kind of freaking out because he just heard that Luffy lost. Kaido basically went on the loudspeaker. Is like, yo, tell everyone I smoked Luffy. And yeah, so everybody's just kind of reacting in confusion, and all hopes is looking lost right now. But Straw Hats know better. Sanji is very amusingly walking through the crowd, smacking people around using Zoro as like a battering ram, and Zoro's sleeping through all of it.
Yeah, that is so wild.
It's pretty good.
I didn't notice that he was sleeping, actually.
Yeah.
I just thought he didn't care.
Yeah, no, I mean, you gotta not care to be sleeping during this battle a little bit. But yeah, he's out. He's out like a light. And yeah, Queen and Perospero are looking to fucking finish Chopper off. Perospero like unleashes a bunch of candy arrows and and rains it down on the allies. Queen, I guess, just like manifests sharp teeth, which I don't think his type of dinosaur has, but I guess.
You see when like the extra pointers come out? Maybe it's just weapons.
Yeah.
He's full of them.
Yeah, he seems to have weapons inside of him, which is very weird. He has like a cannon in his mouth or something. Hence the dinosaur laser. But just as Chopper is about to get finished off, the man himself, Sanji, comes in, kicks Queen in his fucking face. And not just that, he kicks him so hard that he causes Queen to do just like a constant 360 rotation and knocks enemies away using Queen's entire head, including Perospero. He just gets whacked away, flies off, knocked out for now, I guess. Yeah, that's Sanji for you. He comes in, Chopper's crying, and Sanji's like, "You fought well, but I'll take it from here." He hands Zoro over to Chopper, and he's like, "Go fix it. Go fix this asshole. He's got the strength of 10 when he's healthy." And Zoro's just like, 2,000. Yeah. Their dynamic is so great. So, yeah, one-on-one battle established, I guess. I guess this time for real, Sanji's going to take down Queen. And the battles continue on. Meanwhile, a much grimmer fate happens in the crawl space of the first floor. As we see that Kiku's dead, Kanjuro's dead, and surprisingly enough, Kinemon survived that massive blow to the head.
Very surprising.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in good shape. He didn't survive like, yeah, that was nothing. He's literally twitching on the floor. It's not good. I feel bad. I don't want to laugh. Wait,
is it confirmed that Kinemon that Kiku's dead?
Yeah, brain damage. Yes.
Yeah, she got stabbed pretty hard in the heart. I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is the point where like people really start dying in One Piece. Like Oda's established that people are starting to die now, and as this is happening, Kinemon stabs the blade into Kaido's skin. Kaido looks down, and Kinemon starts to have remembrances of the day that he told Momonosuke to call him his dad, so that they would never discover that he was like Odin's son. So he's like, "I will be your. It's to ensure your bloodline is a secret. Hey, Lord Momonosuke," because he can't help himself. But yeah, it's a very nice and cute scene where Kinemon's like, "Momonosuke, father!" And then at this moment, Kaido pulls out a knife from out of nowhere, it looks like. And he just stabs Kinemon through the fucking heart, slams him on the ground. He is probably dead. I'm not doing the Mario sound effect, although I'm sure this is probably the end for him. I try to keep a door open when it comes to Oda, but this looks pretty lethal. It's that was a pretty sad death. As we cut over to Momonosuke as he's running away with Shinobu, he's carrying one of the Maris, the little animals that serve as like cameras and loudspeakers throughout the Onigashima. He just starts yelling into it, and he remembers that like when he was like freaking out because he could hear something, he hears someone say, "Momo, tell them," and he relays to everyone in Onigashima that Luffy has confirmed to him and spoken to him and confirmed that he is still alive, and he tells him that he will return to the battle. So keep fighting no matter how painful or hard it is. As long as you continue to breathe, continue the fight. And we see Luffy, still drowning, still falling deeper into the abyss. But he seems to be communicating with Momonosuke from some weird psychic, probably hockey connection, which is pretty fire. And
pretty lit.
Yeah,
that's really weird because we don't know what exactly it could be. It could be the voice of all things, or it could be something else. Because it's weird that people have brought this up. Yeah,
there's a thing that there's certain people like Luffy.
God?
Well, Momonosuke can hear the voice of all things. That's why he was able to hear Zo. Luffy could do the same. Right. Zoro has been hinted at being able to hear the voice of all things when he was fighting Mr. One way back in the day in Alabasta.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I think like because there's a little bit more confirmation down the road, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, basically he gives a rallying cry. It's like Luffy's gonna win, and everybody's like, yeah! And we get shots of all the fighters going like, yeah, Luffy. And man, that was so fucking cool. I don't know why. It's like when I was reading this on the train one day, and I literally got goosebumps, dude. That moment, I was like, "Wow, let's go!" I was here for it. And at some point, I guess Kaido just catches up with Momonosuke, and he's like, "Are you satisfied now, son of Odin?" What happens next is a little unclear. It looks like Shinobu uses her ripe jutsu to escape somehow. I forgot what exactly her abilities are. I know that they've been described before. Brian, can you look up Shinobu's jutsu thing? Because it looks like it's a devil fruit. I think like a couple of the samurai have it, but I don't remember what hers was exactly. But whatever she does, it looks to separate Kaido, like break off like a piece of land in the back, separating Kaido and Momonosuke. And meanwhile, in the deep depths of the sea, you see Trafalgar Law's submarine pulling up to Luffy. And man, I did not see it coming. I mean, this is the second time this sub has come in for the clutch, dude.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty wild how much like Oda's really good at making us forget that they have a whole ass sub. It's pretty cool.
Wait, what were you guys asking for when it came to Shinobu?
Shinobu's like jutsu, her ripe jutsu. I don't remember what exactly it means.
So it gives her the ability to make any inorganic thing she touches rapidly mature and rot.
Oh shit, that's pretty fire.
So she just made the ground beneath them, I guess, just collapse.
That's pretty sick.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, good for Shinobu. That was a good move. But anyway, Trafalgar Law's crew finds Luffy. And meanwhile, back with Usopp, Otama, and Nami, they're just still running, trying to get away from Big Mom. And some voice just says, "I'm glad to hear about Straw Hat." And they look down, and Nami's climate attack has a face. And man, it is Zeus. He survived, our boy.
That is Zeus, right?
Yeah, our Zeus survives within this Nami's climate attack.
Yeah, that made me happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him. Weirdly enough, Zeus is a weird, tragic character in this arc.
You said, "I'm glad to hear about Strawback." Sure, she said, "What?"
It's pretty funny. Meanwhile, back with Big Mom and Kid, they're about to square off. And that's when Law shows up, and I called it. Eustace and Law are going to team up to fight against Big Mom. It's not that big a deal. But still, I said what I said.
No, it makes sense that this. Them two together could probably be Big Mom.
Yeah.
Like, realistically.
Yeah. The chapter closes out with someone calling out to Kaido, and it's Yamato going, "Kaido!" And Kaido looks up, he's like, "You mean father, don't you, Yamato?" And Yamato's like, "No, I've come here to cut those chains." And I guess next week we're going to get Yamato versus Kaido, something I also remember calling. That at some point while Luffy is incapacitated, Yamato will take up. Maybe I could continue One Piece. Man, this was my certified really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
It just gave me emotions.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt.
I mean, I love what they set up here. I love.
Oh no, that's a RGC for me too.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Although I didn't like how he made Monster Chopper look a little soft.
Yeah.
I'm over it. At the end of the day, that monster form is just to show him that he ain't no punk.
Yeah.
He can hold his own and probably deal with a bunch of fodder. He's not going to be take on somebody's captain type of situation. That's not what Chopper's going to be about. He's a doctor that could turn into a big, scary monster and kill people.
Yeah. I mean, he's still in monster form, and he could always fight another one of the Tobiropo. There's like 6 of them.
True that. I just want him to suplex somebody.
Yeah.
And toss their body.
He kind of did that already. He did that last chapter. Yeah, he has to get like someone small. There's not a lot of small people in this arc. Not a lot of small enemies. Everybody's like 20 feet tall. But, yeah, I don't know.
Also my RGC, by the way.
Whoa! Damn it!
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
This would have been good for a unified one. We gotta get that shit together.
This chapter was so fucking good. Sanji finally gets his, like, it felt like pre-time skip Sanji was back, you know? And he came in to fucking handle some business. And it's like he has some stake in this fight too, because this guy is kind of related to Judge in some way.
Is he?
No, he's not related to him. It's like a family, but
no, but he knows him.
He's related to him. That. He knows him. That's why he asked. He said, "Oh, so you're Judge's son."
That's cool. Oh wait, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know how they would know each other, but yeah. I mean, it does call back to CP9 when he did that with Jabra and Usopp, where he was like, "You do this other thing. I'll take care of this guy." It'd be fucking. Ah, man, I love this chapter so much. One thing I do want to say is, like, a while back when Luffy, Kid, and Law were fighting Kaido, we were like, yo, Luffy and Kid have Killer and Zoro here. Why doesn't Law's crew just like, why isn't someone from Law's crew here? And I think, like...
Where's the fucking Panda Bear, bro?
He's out there somewhere. But I think, like, this is it's cool, like, to keep Law's crew so understated so they could just, like, pop up in the clutch in other situations. I feel like that's happened a couple times already. So I'm pretty thrilled about it. One thing I forgot to mention is that the reason I think that Luffy is communicating like through hockey of some sort telepathically is because Law's crew mentions that the reason they even found him is because he called out to them somehow.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's this little panel.
He wasn't calling out to them. They heard them talking to They heard Luffy talking to Momo, essentially.
Yeah,
which is weird. It's weird that he called out to Momo specifically, you know?
Well, because Momo would be able to hear.
Because he knows Momo has hockey as well.
Yeah, that Momo.
Is that what it is?
Because Momo.
Yeah, it was confirmed that Momo has that type of hockey already.
Yeah, on Zou, where Momo is able to hear shit that, like, nobody else but Luffy and Momo could hear Zou in the same way, where, like, they could hear Zou talking to them. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to dissect there. Obviously, it's like building up the little mystery. Maybe this is like the advanced form of Supreme King Hockey, like the Ryuo version, so to say. Like the, you know, how every version of hockey has like a second level to it. Future Sight, Ryuo, now this. Being able to communicate with folks using the Supreme King. Like, impose your will on other people. It's interesting, to say the least. I'm here for it. I'm so excited. We get Yamato fight. We'll probably get to see what her abilities are. Like, she's gonna have to fight for real against Kaido. So maybe we'll get a flashback.
Oh, she has a fruit power.
I don't know, but she has horns too. She could be also like some kind of dragon devil fruit.
Why does she have horns? If Kaido's human, why does she have horns?
I don't know, Brian. Maybe she also ate a devil fruit. Maybe she has a smile fruit. Who knows, Brian? Damn.
Interesting.
Ah, man. This is one thing I don't want to be wrong about.
It's not a headpiece, it's actual horns.
It looks like it, yeah. But yeah, that was all I have to say about One Piece. It's phenomenal. I loved it so much. Very quintessential One Piece for me. Very here for it. You guys ready to randomize?
Yes.
Yep.
Sir.
Then let's do it. Undead Unluck.
Okay.
This is Undead Unluck, chapter 66. That is the truth. Last we left off, Shen is a zombie now. He has been zombified, and he just knocked the shit out of Feng. And Feng is like, he's like, yeah, you may be the strongest, even the strongest in the world, but you know what? That is all you are. And before Feng even gets to like rebut, he just gets knocked in the fucking mouth, and sent forward. He's like, my body moved forward? Where? And yeah, it's kind of fun. Like he's just kind of confused. He's like, the ability just transferred over to the girl. The fucking trick should be the same. And he just continues to get clocked by Shen for a little bit. But yeah, he's basically.
The shot is amazing of this half picture one.
The what?
Yes.
Oh yeah, but he's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty satisfying. given how shitty Fang has been. So apparently Mui is targeting the untruth of his trying to dodge and being afraid of them and negating it into making him run directly into their attacks. So Fang is pretty hyped about this. It's like, you finally used your hatred to overcome me. Then the time has come. And he's about to go in and fight some more, but Shen knocks him out in one punch. It's pretty sick. He says, Shishi Master, by killing me, you finally made me realize that instead of despair and hatred making him stronger, that it was love saving him. So as Fang falls to the ground, coughing up blood because he just got rocked with all the way to fucking next week. He's just sitting there still talking shit after he lost. He's like, man, try all you want, but you'll be helpless in the face of even more powerful individuals. So, considering how you're all continue to challenge God, you should understand the importance. Its importance best of all. As Summer reveals its true form, which is this giant dragon without the shell, there's like fire horns and fuse for weird nose hair thing. It's pretty cool design. So yeah,
it actually does look really dope. I almost forgot about the whole situation with Summer in the first place.
Yeah, because they've been fighting all summer.
So this is a great way to remind me. I was like, oh my god, this shit has gotten out of hand.
Yeah, really fast. But yeah, they're about to square off against it, and who shows up but Top and the new kid. I forget his name, but I remember his was it Unmove, right?
Unmove,
because he could freeze people in place as long as he's looking at them or something. I think that's what his ability is. And yeah, Top shows up. Tatiana shows up. Chikara is this kid's name. So yeah, they have the whole squad there, and
they got the book with them.
Yeah, Apocalypse is there also, and he's like, you think you can fucking beat Summer? Now that it's in that form, none of you can destroy the core. You're one step closer to Ragnarok. So yeah, they're basically saying it. Also, I guess it reveals the weakness, because Mui, I guess, uses untruth on Apocalypse, which I didn't even know you could do. Yeah. And Apocalypse...
Yeah, on a book.
Yeah. Apocalypse explains that unless you destroy the scales on its stomach, then you'll never be able to win. So, yeah, everybody's like, all right, cool. With all of our negations together, we'll take down Summer. Friendship. Yeah. I'm with it. I like this chapter quite a bit.
They dealt with Fang pretty easily. I remember. I felt like it was about time for him to lose. He was really really dope, villain, but and it is what it is. You talked way too much shit. So.
Yeah, that was his ultimate downfall.
I was soft, pathetic, weak.
Yeah,
all of that.
I like this chapter quite a bit. I did think that Fang was defeated a little too unceremoniously for how much trouble he gave them, really.
He killed Fang.
Yeah, it could have used a little bit more, but, the Summer looks cool as shit. I'm not mad at that at all. And we never really got to see Top in a fight. I think he's the only one we really haven't seen. So that would be fun to watch. Maybe he gets more used. It has a little more utility to him. But yeah, that was Undead Unluck. That's all I got for that. You ready to randomize?
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm giving you 5 seconds to get your big boot ass on the floor.
Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 151, Perfect Preparation, part 4. Oh my goodness. The alliteration. So we start off with a flashback of Naoya as a kid just being like, I'm a genius. Everyone says I'm going to be the head of the family. Very much young Bakugo vibes, where he's like, I'm just better than everyone. And he's like, apparently there's a black sheep in the Zenin clan. I'm told that even though he's a man, he doesn't have an ounce of cursed energy. How awful must that feel? How pitiful must that person look? And he gets a good look at Toji Zenin, who just looks angry and scary. He's just standing there like, And, that's when we cut back over to the present as he is facing off against Maki. Maki is counting in her head throughout this chapter, as you'll notice, and he uses his curse technique, which flattens her into that weird picture frame thing, and he just blasts right through it with his foot, sending them flying Dragon Ball Z style through some mountains and shit. And their fight continues on. He just continues to lay blow after blow. Art
is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just couldn't contain it.
As Naoya thinks to himself, you are not Toji. And oh my god. And Maki is just to continue to count. He's like, the sin of the insignificant is the ignorance of strength. No one understood Toji except for Satoru. I don't know. I don't remember who Satoru is. Do you remember who?
Toji.
Toji was Satoru?
Gojo.
No, it's Gojo.
Gojo Satoru, right.
Yeah.
I just call him Gojo. I forgot he had a first name.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name is Satoru.
Maki gets up from making a gigantic human-sized crater. If you look at that crater in that panel, it's
she made like a snow angel on the solid earth.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's not her getting up. That's him fucking her up even more.
Oh, that's him coming from underground.
Up.
My bad. You're right. Yeah, he just continues to lay blow after blow. He slams her against the rocks like a fucking battering ram. Or something like she slaps. She's just like as a person.
Yeah.
And he says, "The one who stands with them," meaning Gojo and Toji, "is me." He comes in, he smacks the shit. Yeah, he just like blam, right in Maki's face. Sorry, Josh, I didn't mean to cut you off. You wanted to say something?
Oh no, I just was like saying he's such a loser for thinking that way. Like, that's what you're so mad about? You feel so entitled.
Yeah.
And so special.
No, for real.
He said, I'm a genius. That's how he started.
I'm a genius. I wish like the SpongeBob thing. I'm a genius.
I mean, you see that wrong. Like a little fucking jerk.
Oh, man. And so Maki is like, this is bad. Projection sorcery does not allow for movements in ways that egregiously ignore the laws of physics and trajectories. Furthermore, there's an upper limit to the body's acceleration at the time of activating the curse technique. However, maintaining the curse technique allows speed to continually build. And yeah, he just gets continuously faster and faster. And the faster he gets, the stronger he is, because like the faster you move, your mass increases. It looks like, I remember that from a issue of Justice League, actually, where it was like one of the few arcs of Justice League where everybody got one-on-one fights. And it was pretty cool because the Flash, he builds up momentum by going around the world a bunch of times, and he just punches the shit out of you with all of his might, and it's like a Superman punch because his mass continues to build the faster you go. It's crazy. But in response to this, Maki just fucking stances up. She just was like, a 2-page spread, which I think was gorgeously drawn. You see, like, the perspective is just so great. It looks like it's literally coming out of the page, her hand. And she's just like, Shiranui Gara. That's the name. And we get a little bit of a narration explanation. In exchange for Mai's life, Maki had gained a body of steel that had broke away from cursed energy, but she suffered injuries and loss of blood fighting Ogi, and then fought against Dehei, so she knew she'd be at a disadvantage fighting Naoya, who already surpassed subsonic speed. and she's literally like about to sumo this dude, just take on all of his fucking, just do a collision. And she basically is just like, let me embrace you. And as Naoya closes in on her, he seems to like dodge for a quick second. He just like sidesteps. And he says that when the palm of a combatant activating projection sorcery touches an opponent, that opponent must also move at 24 frames a second. One failure means 1 second of freezing. So basically the rule is if he touches you using the projection technique, if you don't move as fast as he does, then you are frozen. So that's his move there.
That's kind of OD.
Yeah.
He is a genius.
Yeah.
It's the Flash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Quicksilver. One of them guys.
Yeah. You freeze for 1 second, which is unfortunate because, as we learn later, Naoya can move at like a speed of light, make a bunch of movements per second. So he's coming in, closing in on her. He's like, you were planning to receive the brunt of my attack and stop me from moving, even if it meant you broke your ribs. You really are an imposter. And he's about to go in, but then Maki just turns around and is like 24 times, right? You and Obito aren't just fast. You make 24 movements per second. So I guess the reason that she was able to move is because he made like the 24 movements already. Like, I guess every step counts as a movement of some sort.
What?
It's hard to explain. I think
no, because you know that frame thing that he does.
Yeah.
That thing that he puts them in a frame, and that's the visual metaphor for him moving, activating his thing. So he puts you in a frame, and that allows him to do 24 things within that time period, within a second.
Oh, so that's what that is. Okay, so she's basically in the frame at that moment, but she steps out of it. So I guess I don't know what they're implying here. I guess like she's probably just so strong that she could just break out of that shit. I don't know.
Her body.
I don't really understand what they're implying either.
So you're saying here in this moment, you're talking about?
Well, I guess we could close it out and then discuss it a little bit more because there's only 2 pages left and they're the most supreme pages of all time, honestly. Okay, so Naoya gets caught. He gets caught fucking slipping, dude. He just sits there. He's just like, whoa. And she's
completely stunned.
Yeah.
In disbelief.
She says, you make 24 movements per second. With this body, I can finally see that. As she's closing in, he's like, you impost! And before he can finish the word, Maki just lays a brick on his face, crashing him down into the ground. He's got a Bellamy-style fucking cave-in, the same one that Luffy left Bellamy in Sky Island. And
changed his face, yeah.
Yeah, and it's much more gruesome because, like, I think Naoya is dead, but this is obviously ass whooping of the week. Deluxe.
All right, you see the blood? See how it's in a perfect line because he went projectile style, man.
Yeah, man, he is.
Oh my god,
his eye is like upward. I think he died. I think he died.
Maki,
dead.
Bro?
I doubt it.
He's dead, Brian. Look at him. Look at
I
that
doubt
face.
he's dead.
Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't work on One Piece logic where you could survive this type of punch. This man is dead.
Is Maki going to become the final boss of the series eventually or something?
I don't think so. I don't think like having this power makes you evil. I think Toji was just evil.
I just feel like who can beat her aside from the main character?
Yeah, I don't know. But what a fucking beast, dude. This was a great chapter.
So I actually have a couple of things to say about this chapter, to be honest.
Okay.
So first things first, we gotta talk about the fucking art, cause holy shit, this just again makes me want to see this shit animated. Just the way that he like draws the movement and the action. I love it when he draws these moments where like these landscape moments when people are getting like punched through several different structures and shit. That shit looks so fucking dope. And she and Maki is starting to give me strong Zoro vibes right now. Like, she just reminds me of a female Zoro, like, mixed with some Levi and that shit. She's just so fucking badass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about that, like, just now I realized, why are we getting this much Maki? Why are we getting this much, like, beautiful, awesome action badassery from fucking Maki? And that makes me feel like maybe she is going to be the third piece to the new main characters, replacing Nobara, right? Is that her name, Nobara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
man. I think we're gonna get little arcs, because I think we're focusing on Maki because, you know, she's just the first character that we're focusing on these little side quests. I think we're gonna get probably an arc with Itadori and Megumi meeting what's his face, the third guy, the guy that's also supposed to be as strong as Gojo.
I forget his name too.
Oh, I forget his name.
Yeah, him.
Just call him Wilson for now until I find
Wilson.
him.
Yeah, he's got, because the calling game doesn't take place, I think, at this point for like a few more days. Like, I think I got at least another week, so we might get, you know, training arcs regarding Yuji and Megumi, and we might get stuff with Okotsu. You know, I think we're gonna be shifting around a lot, and Jujutsu Kaisen does this where it focuses on like tertiary characters. Like Mekamaru got a whole ass arc to himself, and he's in an entirely different school. So, yeah, I think this is just his style, but I don't hate it. I love this so much, and I like Maki before, but this is just cool as shit. I can't hate it.
Yeah, she just keeps getting fucking better, and it's nuts.
You know, I'm here for it. Also,
it's gonna take a lot to compete with her.
It feels good to also see Naoya get his comeuppance for being such an asshole. I think she effectively killed the entire family. I don't know who Megumi's going to be the head of at this point.
Just her friend. Yeah. She's going to be her friend's boss, and that's about it.
Yeah, because she killed everyone. I don't know how many people are left in this family.
I mean, her sister did say to destroy everything.
Yeah, I mean, she did it.
She took her word by that.
Yeah, this is a very cool Kill Bill style little arc. I'm here for it.
Yes, right. That's what it was. Very Kill Bill-esque.
Yeah, here for it. Any more thoughts? That's all I got to say about it. It's fantastic. I can't sing its praises enough. Brian, any more thoughts before we go on?
Nope. I'm set.
Okay. With that being said, I believe it's time to randomize.
I'm giving you 5 seconds to get your big boot ass on the floor.
The X-Books. The Hellfire Gala continues. We are going to continue onward with Excalibur number 21. Last we left off, we've gotten little images, little setups for little like mini arcs within this Hellfire Gala arc. Every book has its own set of troubles that it's dealing with. So, you know, Excalibur is almost no different. We start off with the Excalibur team all gathered around, getting ready to go for the gala. We get a closer look at Betsy's drip because I remember last week I didn't very much particularly enjoy her look. I'm still on the fence about it. It's not my favorite look. I don't know what this makeup is. Josh, you're muted.
I don't feel as harshly about it as I did last time. I kind of see what I still don't understand what the red is about, but I don't think it looks as atrocious since I looked at it long enough.
It's not as bad as before, but I'm still not digging it. I do dig Richter's suit, though. He got the cool suit with the druid hood. Mm-hmm. It's pretty fire. Gambit's just not wearing he's just have his open shirt and open jacket. I think Jubilee's dress is kind of pretty. I think it's pretty cool. Rogue's is okay. It's very Rogue, honestly. Like, this is what I expect Rogue to wear. So yeah, we cut over to the gala. The Excalibur team has arrived, and Richter's just in the background just mumbling shit to himself, just like, everybody seems to have forgotten what Apocalypse did for all of us.
Oh, damn, bro. All right. Okay. You want to talk about niggas not forgetting shit? How about all the people that didn't forget all of the trials and tribulations they was put through?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know because you was in your house like a little bitch.
He's just like,
You didn't touch the ground.
He's like,
Before Daddy Apocalypse showed you that you could be something.
We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for whatever his name is pronounced.
He loves him.
He does. He seems to love him. He's like a dad.
As a father, a daddy, as a
the,
sugar daddy, all of that.
Yeah.
All the love.
Speaking of zaddies, Shatterstar just pulls up out of nowhere. And he's still bloodied up from... Okay, so a little backstory. In X Factor, it turns out Shatterstar was stuck in Mojo World. The X Factor team recently saved them as in their blitz to close all remaining storylines because X Factor's final issue is coming soon. So they rescued Shatterstar, and it seems to have happened literally 2 minutes ago because he is still bloodied up from all the shit he had to do to save Siren from the Morrigan. And he just approaches Richter over. He's like, Julio, my love. And Julio's like, dude, why the fuck are you so bloody right now? And he's not actually thrilled to see him because I guess they had a falling out a while ago. They used to be together. They are no longer together. And it's pretty weird to see him at this point, I guess, since he's been missing since this whole Krakoa ordeal began. So, yeah, that happened. The next page is a bit of a spoiler considering the next issue. But Rogue is one of the new elected X-Men members by the Krakoan Nation. Good for Rogue. It works. You know, I have no complaints. And since she's going to be full-time duty on the X-Men, she's not going to be on the Excalibur team as a result.
That's cool.
Which is fine. Gambit is also probably quitting. He's like, I'll just do something else, I guess. I'll find another team.
Mademoiselle. I don't know.
Mademoiselle, I'll be.
Yeah.
I'll find another team to be all New Orleansy at.
Like what? Am I supposed to know what he's saying? No.
So Pete Wisdom also shows up, who's kind of like a tertiary character and all this. He's kind of like the mutant representation in M13, and he pulls up to Betsy and asks her to dance, and he's like, look into my mind. Shady shit is happening here. So it turns out one of the leaders of the Coven Akaba, which is this mutant-hating magic cult that hates them so much.
Hating magic cult.
Yeah. And they're just here. He informs them that, like, he's the leader of them all, Brousseau, has become an ambassador, Britain's ambassador to Krakoa, and he has just come here to fuck shit up because he is a hateful British man. And it turns out that he has set up a meeting with Emma Frost, and Xavier's still rocking the gold-plated Cerebro, and he basically explains, like, I don't want nothing to do with Krakoa anymore, and I also want Otherworld back. And their whole reason is that, like,
the whole other world, all of it.
No, we don't want
that meddling in our magic world.
Yeah, and basically they don't. The whole thing about Captain Britain and her side story with the British government is that she is Captain Britain, but she is also a mutant, and they are racist, so they don't want that.
Basically,
they got mad that their not mutant white man is no longer Captain Britain, and they want him back. They want him back very bad. Not just them. Yeah. Not just them. Saturnine also wants Brian Bradley.
Everybody. That's all Betsy's been doing.
Yeah. So, Betsy's not having a good time navigating these shitty political waters. So the British government cuts all ties with Krakoa, and Xavier's like, all right.
Right on the spot. He's like, oh.
It's weird.
Okay.
I don't know. All right.
Sure. Yeah.
He says, but there's like a ton of our drugs in your in your country. And he's like, we took
Emma Frost was on it immediately. She's like, we got mad at them things out there in your place. What are you talking about? And he was like, no, we already rounded that up.
Yeah, we rounded that up. We're returning it to you. We don't want nothing to do with you. And I'm like, damn.
Oh, nigga said we repossessed them all already. I was like, damn, nigga, you took the healing drugs away from your people? Did you feel some kind of way?
Dude, it takes
my God.
It takes a special kind of racism to take away the cure for cancer away from your people.
That's literally like what happens in the real world.
That's
like,
ultra
really stupid racist motherfuckers.
For real.
That want to control everything. Say, no, we will not allow people to live healthy and stuff.
And stiff.
We're going to charge them all for everything.
And have 5 extra years, as one of the drugs do. I think they give you 5 extra years of life. But, yeah. Well, that happened. We cut over to Captain Avalon and his wife flirting, being corny and flirting. He's like, my lady, my lord. All that stuff. He goes off to get her a drink. And then Nightcrawler pulls up, and I'm like... He starts flirting with her too, and I'm like, Nightcrawler, you're a man of God. What are you doing? She's a married woman. So yeah, he just flirts with Captain Avalon's wife to his face, and Captain Avalon's like, "What's going on here?" And his wife doesn't even like stick up. He's just like, "Nah, it's nothing. We're just having a little fun." What's going on?
Well, because I had to congratulate you on something.
Yeah. Damn.
And Avalon, I think she's hiding that she's pregnant.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, good for Nightcrawler, I guess. Damn, dude. He's coming out here putting the boobs on her. That's not right.
Mm-hmm.
So Betsy and Rachel show up, and Rachel's like, yeah, I want to dance for real and not be some weird psychic information thing. You know, just like you want to have a good time finally instead of dealing with this shit. And they dance, and she apologizes because an arc ago, she told the Excalibur team not to pry into her mind when she was in a comatose state. So, you know, she wanted to apologize for a bad judgment call. And she was like, how could you have known, basically? Meanwhile, I guess like Brousseau left the the Hellfire Gala out of nowhere, and they go to the Coven of Kaba. Pete Wisdom is also there because I guess he has to hang with them. And they start doing this weird ritual shit. And he's like, we've finally dissolved the alliance with Krakoa. And, yeah, I guess they're like, we will break Morgan's chains with magic and bring her home with mutant blood. So they all snatch Pete Wisdom and kill him as a sacrifice to bring Morgan Le Fay back into the breathing world. Because I guess she, like, way back in, like, the first arc of Excalibur, she was captured by Jamie and was kept prisoner by him. So
and experimented on.
Yeah, so now she's back. Yeah, she's fully back, and she just starts killing people in Avalon. Meanwhile, Richter just goes off on his own and is fucking petty. He's like, man, hail guardians, hail druids of this land.
I want to bring your attention to something.
Yeah.
So you see how they talk about Braddock being, they said, we call to you on this night when the witch spread a revel, and the Mad King is away among the stars.
Where?
That's the point. Look at that panel.
Which panel? I see.
Braddock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see Earth in the background, so you know he's off Earth.
Oh, yeah, he is off Earth. Yeah, something happened there. I don't know why he's off Earth.
I think that's a clue to something. We'll address it in the next issue of X-Men.
Good call. So, Druid goes off, and he summons, like, all these druids. I I don't know why he just came in and is just like, I am the druid king. To me, my druids. Which is kind of cool. It's a cool ability to have. So I guess that's happening. Morgan Le Fay continues to kill people. And I guess she arrives on Krakoa. She's actually on there. And I guess she teleports away. And as Richter starts to notice it, he just sees Shatterstar and he's like, Shatterstar. And, you know, they have like a little bit of a reconciliation moment. They kind of grab some beers and sit on the rocks. And, you know, I guess Richter calmed the fuck down. So there's that. That's the end of Excalibur. It was an alright issue. I wasn't like not the stuff with the British government and Captain Britain is one of the less interesting parts of Excalibur, I think. So whenever it gets into that, I guess it's not like super interesting. Although the Covenant Kappa are kind of like compelling villains in a way, I guess.
Yeah, I think these guys are gonna be a big deal eventually because you know they're part of the UK and losing them as a ally is I don't know. I think that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I think it's mostly significance for the mutants because they really want Otherworld. So you know, and they're very closely tied to Britain, I guess. So you know, an alliance with Britain means they can enter Otherworld as they want. Without it, it's kind of not.
Oh, and they go through the lighthouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
But you know,
get the Avalon.
But the government is like, didn't he say that they have to like not use those? Like they have to make those gates inert. Essentially, they can't go.
I think that's why Druid retaliated. He did something.
Yeah,
he built some type of landmass over there.
I see.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, that was Excalibur. We're moving on to our next book, X-Men number 21. Last we left off with the X-Men. It's still the gala. So, you know, it's just a fresh part of the gala. We open up at the reception. Jamie Madrox, who works as a kitchen staff here, despite also being the guy who manufactures all of the Krakoan drugs. He's also, I guess, a waiter. So he goes over to Namor. Namor is just chilling. And he's like, here, do you want this drink? Here, have a drink. And Namor's like, I want all of the drinks. And that's when Magneto and Xavier pull up. And they basically have a very Hickman-esque conversation. Basically, they ask him, hey, are you ready to be an ally of Krakoa right now? Can we finally count on your support? And Namor's like,
he can give you a seat on the council.
Yeah, they offer him a seat on the council. And Namor's like, no, I know you guys are shady. I know something shady's happening here. I don't like it. I don't want to be involved in it, basically.
Well, to me, honestly, I think he was just coming across like, y'all ain't got shit yet. Y'all haven't done nothing yet.
Yeah.
Like, he made a point to say that I own 70% of the world already. You own an island. In my dreams, I want to be the king of kings. I want to rule this world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's not what you guys want, essentially.
Well, they can't give that to him. At least that's how he sees it.
Yeah.
But he's the number one leader of something significant more than what he has.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the reason I say that he's also like, this is a little shady, is that he also makes a point that I don't want to be on a council with those pretending to be my peers. Like, he knows that they want his strength for something, you know? Like, he's not going to dance around it. It's like, you don't really want me on the council. You like know that I own all of this fucking planet, basically. I don't know. I'm reading a lot into it, I guess. But there is a weird point of continuity where he's like, fuck off. And he walks away and then he just starts hanging out with the Avengers. And I'm like, aren't you beefing with them?
Actually, that's not the Avengers. That's a different team.
No, that's Iron Man and Captain America and Black Panther
and Reed Richards.
Well, Reed Richards is just there. But the rest of the Avengers...
And Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but there's Captain America, Black Panther.
Marvel Illuminati.
You're right. Damn, how could I not see that?
because I missed the at first.
Again? Damn, Hickman, they just did this.
Well, he's just talking to them. I think it's I don't know. I thought it was if you look at what he was saying again about saying what do you guys have to offer that I don't already have dominion over or whatever, right? And then he kind of leaves them and goes together with these guys, and basically they're the big boys. They're the ones that make the decisions to run the planet. At least that's how it was. That had been the status quo. Remember, that was what the lead up to Secret Wars was all about.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I when I first read this, I really read it as like, oh, whatever, Namor, you're an asshole. But then I read this again, and I was like, well, I don't think that Hickman put this in to make Magneto and Mr. Gold Chrome Dome Xavier look like some chumps. I think this is. I'll let you know the rest of my thoughts towards the end because there's a very relevant point to make where I feel like he's making them seem very small right now.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And
well, honestly,
yeah.
Good catch on the because these are the Illuminati members, so I didn't even really catch that. But I guess I'm just saying it's a continuity error because like Iron Man and Captain America and Black Panther are fighting against his nation currently, even in the
what?
Remember in the Battle for the Phoenix? They were literally fighting him and his people.
Well, I don't think they're hanging out right now. I think he just pulled up on them, and I think it was just an artistic thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe you know what I'm saying. Whatever.
It's not I don't really care. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I will choose X-Men over Hickman's X-Men over Jason Aaron's Avengers any day.
Right. As far as
I'm just saying, I noticed.
Trump's in continuity. Yeah.
Yeah. I just noticed is all I'm saying. Meanwhile, we cut back over to the party. And the X-Men, Cyclops introduces the new X-Men through telepathic. Well, first of all, they all communicate to every mutant on Earth telepathically. Doctor Strange is like, "What's going on here?" And he peers into their minds. He's like, "Oh, they're just asking every mutant why they would want to be on Krakoa not Krakoa, the X-Men if they wanted to be. It's nothing bad." He makes sure. But yeah, at the end of the day, the new X-Men team is comprised of Rogue, Sunfire, X-23 Wolverine, Sync, and Polaris, and they make up the new team. Two of these team members have been inside the Vault before, which is fascinating.
I was really happy. I was really happy to see that they put on the same team together. I really hope that they try to get back. They try to show romantic.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
I don't see that not being significant. That by design to both of these guys understand that they're on the team. But yeah, I mean, X Factor's ending, so I guess Polaris needs a book. So there she is. Which is good. I mean, if I'm gonna miss X Factor, but at the same time, I'm glad that Polaris is on something because I do like her character. What is her dress even? It's just floating in the air.
It is. It's probably just liquid metal or something floating around.
That would be so fire! Liquid metal dress. I'm here for it. Sunfire's look is pretty cool. I think so. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
I guess I don't know much about him, so it's.
I guess it's just fire. He's got fire powers.
Yeah, I guess that's cool. He became the sun.
Yeah. Okay, so we get an informational page, the Red Diamond, which we got a while ago in the Powers and House of X stuff, and I think scattered along the first few issues of X-Men, where they drop very cryptic fucking hints at what's coming next. And
yeah,
I think there's
any of these you want to talk about in particular?
Well, I'm trying to guess because I think every one of these hints corresponds with a book, with one of the series running. I think one of them, the Seducer one, is obviously. I think this is Douglas. I think this is Cypher, and the Irako woman that he married. Seducer made an honest man out of the island's favorite boy. I think that's definitely Cypher. I bet you know. I'd bet you like to know how the fittest of all mutant is handling his second Genesis. Obviously, Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like, don't worry, we didn't forget about Apocalypse. He will be coming back at some point. There's a discussion about
a mutant that always gets what she wants.
Emma, because she talks about the box in a couple scenes. Remember she's talking to these two guys. That's the box they're talking about. I think this is
I see. Yeah, with the no place, which that's a brand new thing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not sure about what the first and last one is. There's 2 empty seats on the council. So I guess they're hinting here that like there'll be little games played between people to see, like, people will start promising these seats and trying to make deals and stuff, which is interesting. There's probably something coming up with Betsy and Psylocke coming too, with the far too long they share an existence. Now one has become 2. The first is a shattered captain. The other is under a sinister thumb. That's obviously Betsy Braddock and Psylocke.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the Crooked Market, which is probably an Excalibur thing at some point. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of to break down here, but I don't know. I think the 59 secret is probably the next X-Men series that's coming. I think this X-Men team is gonna discover some shady shit and be in opposition to Kreko at some point. But in any case, we cut over to the next page where there are a ton of celebrity cameos.
A whole bunch, man.
Let's see how many I can name. That's Patton Oswalt right up front. There's George R.
Where was he at? What's he from? Patton Oswalt.
He's
King of Queens?
Yeah, King of Queens. He's in
yeah, that was him.
Yeah. There's George R. Martin, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones. There's Eminem.
The guy on the right?
Yeah. It's Eminem and Paul Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg. That's what I was.
Yeah. And
Method Man.
I think that's all I can recognize from this photo alone. I don't know who this lady is next to Patton Oswalt.
You don't see behind Eminem with the Wu-Tang hoodie on? That's Method Man.
That's Method Man? Sick.
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Who else? Who's the person in the green suit? Glasses?
Oh, I don't know. He looks like he has an X-Men, but I thought they were like, maybe he's a mutant of some sort. I don't know. I could be wrong, but whatever. That's like a few of the cameos. Moving on to the next few issues. Cyclops meets Kevin Feige, who is the creative guy at Marvel, doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's kind of the guy responsible for the cinematic universe. It's the dude in the hat that he goes up to Cyclops and is like, hey, what's your story? That's Kevin Feige.
This is actually really interesting since, I guess, they're planning for the X-Men to now be introduced. Like, I guess like sooner than later.
Yeah. I think it's a cute little Easter egg.
Like, theoretically,
Yeah, it's a cute little Easter egg, like, that Kevin Feige asks him what his story out of everybody is. It's kind of like a reverse Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that is kind of cool.
So, as Cyclops starts to explain his story, and he's like, I was blind to how the world works, but then I met a man who taught me how to see how things really were, and I loved him for it. But, yeah, he basically is just like, I met Xavier, so, he saved me, but I'm trying to not deify him, because that's kind of a mistake. He said he wasn't just a savior, he was a man. He's not perfect. So, I just love the idea of what he's done here, and that's why I follow him. What's my story? I'm a dreamer. I'm an X-Man. And as this is happening, Quentin Quire starts to gather various mutants together to go through a gate of some sort, and it's not the new.
Not just any mutants, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It's not the newly elected X-Men either. It's like really strong ones. He's got Storm, Jean Grey,
all Omega level mutants. If you look, everybody, man.
Yeah, he's got the what's his face? Damn, I keep forgetting his name. Dude with the big shoulder pads. He's got Bobby Frost.
Shit, the one that Sinister be beefing with. Yeah.
Yeah. Iceman.
Annihilator.
No, I don't think it's Annihilator. Damn. Whatever. He's got Iceman, and they go through a Krakoan gate, and that's the last we see of them at the moment. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, I have thoughts.
Ooh. All right, wait. Let's get through this.
Yeah.
So basically, Emma Frost gives everybody a telepathic fireworks show, and we see. But the fireworks show is interesting because she projects the same image to everyone, and she's like around this weird space thing, and all you see is this tiny red circle as you go deeper and deeper. You see, like she says, soft exhale and fireworks at the evening's end, which is not the end at all, but the beginning of a new age. And there are two people riding on these rubble things, and that's where the issue ends. First of all, I don't know what that means.
Okay. So, here are the thoughts. So, this is the idea. I think that's Mars.
Mm-hmm. They're going to colonize Mars?
Yes.
Yo!
Now, remember what I showed you that panel in Excalibur with Jamie Brado?
Yeah, that's what he was
doing. And he was like off Earth? Yeah. But hold on. You want to... Hold on. I got you. Give me 1 second. See, this is why you guys should go check out the YouTube. Which, by the way, if you're listening, leave a like.
Yeah.
Let us know how you feel about the show, man.
Leave a like, subscribe. Yeah.
Oh, well, if you listen on the podcast, drop that 5-star, buddy.
But yeah,
I'm looking for this page.
Yeah, while Josh pulls that up, for sure, we're very much tourists to the X-Men world. We kind of picked this up during Hickman's run. So if there's anything that we kind of miss out on, please feel free to educate us in the comments. Yeah, I remember that panel.
Okay, well, look at the terrain around him.
Yeah, it's ice.
No, red.
Yeah, no, that's Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all clicked.
The purple stuff, I don't know. I think that's his power or something.
Yeah. I think he's literally...
And then what's the name of the next X-Men issue?
I can't read it.
It's right after the Children of the Atom.
Oh my
Planet-sized X-Men. It's too obvious. I'm surprised this is news to you. I was like...
Dude, I'm a dummy. I'm
just sitting on Mars? They did leave a plant on Mars during House of X.
I thought that was the moon. I don't care. Either way, I'm just like, whoa, this issue got 10 times better.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. They about to make big moves.
Damn.
I think it's gonna be something more than just them colonizing Mars. I don't know, because remember, Captain America left that shit
I mean,
I don't think America's gonna like this.
I mean, I guess he was saying everybody. He was like, man, I don't think a lot of people are going to appreciate you just colonizing.
The humans are going to feel away because you're flexing your nuts.
You stop fucking grabbing your nuts so hard, dude. That's the problem with the mutants, is that they just grab their nuts too hard and fast. It's like, slow down. Man, that's cool. I mean, I'm a big old dummy, so I'm just like, what? What's this red dot? Who are those people? But very into it. That's really cool. It's also such a Hickmanian thing to do. Just them pulling off this massive move just at a party, just to show off to the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, y'all see this? We just turned Mars into a habitable planet.
Yeah.
With our mega mutants. We can create worlds and we can destroy them too. Fuck with us if you want. Peace.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm Hickman. been nice writing for y'all.
Yeah,
I'm gone. See y'all at Inferno.
I think we actually have one more issue of X-Men, because I could be wrong, but I did remember seeing like the next thing on it. It could be one more, or maybe this was the last. But yeah, Hickman either way is.
No, X-Men's going to continue.
X-Men is
not writing for it, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, this is the last issue of X-Men that Hickman is writing, presumably because he's going to be writing Inferno, the event that's coming, I think in July, actually. My birthday month, dog. What a better way to say
Oh no, this Inferno's coming out like September.
Is it? Damn.
My birthday month.
Also Brian's birthday month.
So
you guys are sharing it.
Virgo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Virgo squad, let's go, baby. You know what it is.
He's a Libra, Brian. Fool.
You disgust me.
Well, in any case, that was X-Men. Very fire. Can't wait to see what's next. With that being said, we have one more X book. Children of the Atom, number 4. The kids are also getting involved with the gala, basically.
Oh, they all right. I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, first of all, VGI for the last issue.
Oh yeah,
for sure, right? Okay. We're gonna call. I don't know if they had a title for this chapter. I don't know where to look for it at, where to find it, but I'll give you one right now, and it's called "Get Exposed."
Get exposed.
Get exposed. We don't have to guess anymore about anything.
Yeah. No, for
sure.
These kids aren't mutants.
They are not mutants. These niggas is pretenders. They identify. Let me stop. That's wrong. They identify as mutants, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I called that. I said it at the very beginning.
Technology, though.
Yeah. Well, they happen to get technology that completely is based on mutants that they know, which is cool. But anyway, every one of these issues is basically starting off with a narration, getting us to more familiar with one of the kids. This one's about Benjamin. And basically the whole thing about this issue is that the youngest member, who is the Nightcrawler copycat kid named JJ, has heard that Krakoa is opening its doors to humanity for one night only. And man, Thirsty McGlasses is immediately like, we should fucking go! And everybody's like, all right.
Ready, no?
I don't think they're letting everyone in. And she's like, all right, we'll figure it out. We should go. And everybody's like, just chill, dude. Damn. We don't even know how. But as they're talking about it, they notice Cole walking through. And Carmen, who wasn't there in the last issue where they basically overwhelmed him, I guess, with the mutant talk, goes up to him and is like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't come in and stuff. I was sick. And he was like, leave me alone. You and your mutant friends are not cool with me. And Benjamin comes in.
Dumps her shit immediately.
Yeah. Benjamin comes in and immediately comes to her defense, and they are about to get into it. They break it up, and they walk away. Needless to say, Cole is pretty pissed at the team. He's not vibing with them right now. So, yeah. We then cut over to a flashback where all the kids are trying the technology that they found on the ship. You know, the technology that would eventually make them the superheroes that they are now. Each one of them is using a different one than we know them to use now, but we see, you know, who gets what at some point. Marvel guy, who is Benjamin, has the glove that apparently shoots out this weird pheromone thing, like a love spray. So, yeah, it's pretty weird. He uses.
Eventually, he has different applications for it, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's what it shows right now.
That's the end of that scene, I guess. Is we learned that Benjamin is the child of divorce. He lives with his dad, and JJ is his younger stepbrother. He's the only one that he really vibes with in this side of the family. So yeah, Carmen goes to visit him, and apparently he has a whole room dedicated to Wolverine and Deadpool. Very edge.
Hell yeah.
Edge. He plays the drums.
He's in the dark room with just his laptop on.
Yeah. So you know.
I hope it's okay.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool room, I guess. And Carmen basically comes out to him. She says, "I'm a lesbian," and I'm like, and he has no questions. Like, aren't you dating Gabriel?
Yeah. Are we supposed to? Did we misinterpret that?
No. I mean, I remember Buddy saying that they go out, and that's why she can't go out with the guy.
Yeah, even though the girl that's going out with the guy
loves the
like
girl.
her.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
The guy that goes out with the girl that likes.
Love triangle.
Yeah.
And
I had scrambled.
Yeah. It's at that point that she's also, I think, trying to admit to him that she's starting to manifest powers for real and not just from the technology as we've seen from the last issue where
ugly beastie powers.
Yeah. And before she could really let it out, the other team members show up and I'm like, you all just like meet up and shit. Y'all just
they all squatted up to this nigga's house like they knew.
They do it to everyone. Like, I don't think they've ever showed up at another person's house alone. Carmen might be the first to do that. But yeah, so they come in and Buddy is immediately like, yo, what if we use one of Cole's clothes to get in because he might be a mutant and the Krakoan gates scan mutant DNA and maybe that could be our way in. We could just like sew this into Cole's clothing into our costumes and then just go. And I'm like, God damn, Buddy.
Oh, you went hard, shorty. She was the whole reason I even thought they were mutants in the first place. Because she was so
certain
for sure, like, yo, we're going to go to the gates.
Yeah.
We are. We're mutant.
Yeah.
I believed her, yo. I really believed her.
I mean, we all, like, the kids are even like, all right, what? Jeez. But yeah, everybody's like, nah, that feels weird. He's already mad at us, and now we're using him even more. It's kind of weird now. It's getting to a weird point. Benny's like, I don't think we should do that. And she's like, hey, don't you want to meet Wolverine? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I do want to meet
Wolverine. Really, really do.
And that's all the convincing he needs. It's just like, what if you met Wolverine today? And he's like, all right. So he goes off. And they all suit up at the Coney Island gate. They're about to give it a try. Carmen is the one that is about to be put through first, which is interesting because I was thinking like, oh man, she's gonna go through, and they're not gonna know it's because she's a mutant because she's got the clothes or whatever. But before that happens, a bunch of lights flash around them, and they are surrounded by these weaponized soldier dudes, and they fight them off for a while. Eventually, the soldier dudes get the better of them and capture them. JJ seems to get away, though, and they're trapped in this weird area. I don't know where they are. They're just like in this... It looks like the Xeno place because they have like little bits of human bodies around and stuff, but I don't think that's them. But yeah, they basically is like, you hurt one of my human kids. So yeah, I guess they're gonna harvest their organs or something. This is some weird kind of mutant black market thing. And before we really get into it all that much, JJ returns in a full page spread with a lot of X-Men. And that's where the issue ends. I don't know where this is going. This issue is good, but it's like what's the point?
I was impressed that it stood relevant to the Gather story, especially since the story was really late, and again, like it was like a year late almost.
Yeah, but
it came out. So I when I read it thinking like, yeah, this is still Dawn of X right now, and it's like fine, I'll just take it for what it is. But no, they're actually trying to stay with the times, and they made something of it. I think these X-Men are about to find out and react to these kids not being mutants, and I think that's what's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, you called it earlier. This is going to be a book about identity.
Yeah.
That can be really interesting.
I'm interested in where this goes from here, because, you know, they find out they're not mutants, and then what then? You know?
Not wearing those uniforms and disgracing us.
I don't think they'll make them stop wearing the uniforms, but they'll probably be like, so you're not mutants? Bye!
Peace out! Good luck with everything.
Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know.
Call Captain America next time.
Yeah, I do like this issue, though. I do like the series. It just feels a little detached from everything, like kind of superfluous in a way. And that's his worst crime, and it's not a bad thing to be necessarily. It's just I'm trying to find its place in the overarching story of the Krakoan era X-Men. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it. The X-Books were pretty cool this week, especially X-Men. That was fire. But that's all I got to say about it. You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Let's randomize. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 315, Platitudes.
Hey, where your money at?
Last we left off.
I don't know. I just said that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Felt like it was the right one.
I was trying to think of the context under that. What is like? Who lost the
Zero? Money? Sorry, bro. I wish I could tell you more for that one. But I thought my exposed title for that one was super. Like,
no, that was great.
Like 11 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm giving that an A++. Perfect work, Mr. Cole.
Nice.
In any case, this is My Hero. Last we left off, Deku used his Fajin ability to catch up to Nagant, but Nagant kind of swerved him on that. Deku was starting to get used to how she fights and all that stuff, and he was about to go in for the kill, but then she changed her target over to Chisaki, and giving Deku another thing to balance in all of this motion. We start opening with this flashback sequence where Chisaki is actually kind of speaking pretty well for as crazy as he's been the last few chapters.
I know that kid, man. The one he trying to smoke.
Yeah.
The one that nigga just told you to smoke. Yo, I remember him, man.
He foiled
you
my
see
plan.
his arms?
It was
lack thereof.
That was kind of his fault, kinda.
Yeah, he was kind of an indirect result of this.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Watch out.
Good. I'm with it. Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, the reason she brought him along is so he could ID her, ID Deku. I mean, and Chisaki agrees under one condition, is that she would take him to the boss, and yeah, that's where we cut over to where we left off. Nagant is pointing her gun at Chisaki, who is like, "I held up my end of the deal. Just take me to the boss."
Yeah, as Lady Nagant starts transforming her arm into this nasty, grotesque thing.
It reminds me of something you would see in. It reminds me of something you would see in Devil May Cry or something, you know?
Yeah, right. Or like a
real
fucking Akuma or something from The Gray Man.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah.
Ew. She's gonna curse you, bro, duck.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, so she's about to fire, and Deku immediately changes course. He sticks a black whip onto the wall and immediately just swings really hard over to Chisaki, and we get an explanation as to what Fajin is. And basically what it is that repeated movements build up motion-based energy for temporary storage and release.
Oh.
So while getting shot at, he flexed and extended his legs. The more he moves his legs, the more kinetic energy he builds up, and it allows him to like generate centrifugal force that allows him to move faster than a speeding bullet. We've seen kind of All Might do this subtly in ways where he jumps really high, all that stuff. And that coupled with the 45% of One for All, it allows him to do this kind of fake 100% type of deal where it gives him access to his full strength just by the sheer force of his propulsion, I guess.
At least full strength of speed.
Yeah.
Full range of
it's strictly it's not
which is
really,
cool.
Yeah. We'll go into it later. Yeah, we'll go into it later. I have a couple thoughts as well. But anyway, this was a cool, very Spider-Manian moment where Spider-Manian, where he pushes Chisaki out of the way. Then he does the two webs on the thing and slingshots himself. It was pretty fucking cool. I was just like, damn, very Spider-Man. So he starts to think to himself, he's like, I was using One for All at 45%, Danger Sense, Smokescreen, Black Whip, Fajin, and Float. And he switched them on and off in rapid succession, but it built up too much and his body froze. So having that lesson learned a few seconds ago, I narrowed it down just to using One for All, Black Whip, and Fajin. So he's still got one leg's worth of Fajin stored up, and he just launches himself at Nagant with the faux 100% Manchester Smash and fucking shatters Nagant's arm.
So she rockets himself forward with that speed to kick her with the smash.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Damn, and all he did was break her arm with that. I guess he
missed her face entirely. So,
I mean, if he's flying at the speed of a bullet, that's gonna fuck up anything, to be honest.
No, I'm saying like that's all. They didn't like rip her arm away and murder her.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably because it was reinforced by something. It's not a regular arm, obviously. All
right. Imagine. All right, so the speed of a bullet, right? Something getting shot at the speed of a bullet. When you think about a bullet being small and how much damage a high caliber bullet can do, right? Like from a sniper getting shot, like from Lady again, that's doing a lot of damage, bro.
Yeah.
So imagine something going at that same speed and velocity, but like the size of I don't know, what's the like a human body, like a 6 foot long bullet, essentially.
Yeah, it's I see what
That's
you're
why
saying.
I'm a little confused. Maybe it wasn't like full strength, but again, if it's not full, but it's still mad fast. I don't know. I guess my arm is just strong, bro.
No,
it's just weird.
I totally see where you're coming from. It makes sense. Like, it's too precise a strike to even like when you're moving that fast to narrow your attack to strictly just the arm. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it might be a lot. I let suspension of disbelief kind of take over there. So
yeah, I'm not gonna nitpick over it too much. I just felt like, she got a strong arm. She got a beefy arm, bro.
Yeah, no, she did. I mean, you saw how it looked. It looked like an Akuma. You know, he
gave her a little bit of muscular quirk too, or something. That to be what happened.
You know,
that's what I'm going with.
Yeah. So she starts fighting. She starts falling. I mean, she's like, not a hint of hesitation. He recognized who the enemy was, and he struck into he leapt into action like it was the natural thing to do. So as she falls, her arm is just like gross and kind of limp. Deku comes in and grabs her as she falls. She's like, the shot headed for Chisaki was off by a little bit. And if you were really allied with One for All, All for One in his brand of evil, you would have hit. Your very first shot would have hit my lower body and stopped me cold. So he's basically like, you were holding back this whole time because I know it's because you're still a good guy deep down. And Nagant's like, what a guy. You're the real deal, Izuku. As she's saying this, she starts to crack open, and at that point I'm like, Oh shit!
Oh shit! Because you see that next
God.
panel, right? There's no way you don't see that panel right next to this.
Yeah,
And you don't just immediately put two and two together, like, yikes.
yeah. When you turn the page, you see All for One. It's like, oh my god, what does he want? Yeah.
Oh man. He's like, I'm smart. And I'm playing ahead because I ain't one of these simp ass villains from your regular manga.
The ultimate, looking like the ultimate nutsack of evil.
Yeah. He looks like a prune.
Call me Mr. Contingency Plan. I always have a contingency plan. So basically what this is all about is that when he gave Nagant the airwalk quirk, he also added a fucking self-destruct feature into the quirk, which I didn't even know he could do. That's crazy. So because she was about to, I guess, turn on him, or well, she failed the mission. She didn't get to kill Izuku, or not kill, but bring him to him. She just explodes her whole body, and her charred body is just falling down. And he's like, I added a failure clause to the very end. You were just a tool to be used. Curse your blessing of a quirk if you must. And I'm like, damn, what a dick. As Nagant is falling to the ground, Izuku's trying to save her, but then that's when Hawks pulls up, and he's like, no dying on me now, Nagant. And I'm like, her head must be caved in, dude.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know exactly what happened, but
It exploded from the inside.
no, we saw an explosion, but we don't know what the severity of the explosion and what it did. You know, like
that shit, son.
we can't see her face, so we don't know if her face is fucking caved in or not.
Her face
you know?
has cracks in it.
Nah, she
Like,
takes
it
that.
has cracks in it, but
Look,
people get cracks in this series.
I'm almost certain she'll survive this. But that doesn't mean it's like how. You know?
She got hit with at minimum a 140-pound bullet.
Yeah. Yeah, and her arm's fucked. You're right, Josh. Look, man, she's charred to a crisp. I don't even know why if she would want to live in this state. You know, she's got third degree.
Her arms all fucked up. She's burnt up.
Dude, you thought Maki had it bad.
She took an L, so she's mentally worn out too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's that.
It's not good. But I don't know. Hawk saved her, so I guess the finishing blow, which would be to splatter on the ground, didn't happen. So she might be still.
You guys
I
mind
guess
if
they
I
can have
start?
an open casket now, or something.
You guys mind if I start the discussion
Go for it.
on
Brian.
this chapter?
Start the discussion.
All right, so before I get into all the nitty gritty stuff, I'm going to start with what I was disappointed in. And honestly, this is the least interesting ending to a chapter I've seen from My Hero Academia in a while.
God,
Like,
damn.
Just like the way that like this isn't a really nice panel to end on. Like, it's not very dramatic. It's not even really interesting. It's like he photoshopped Hawks onto her body or something. There's nothing really interesting about this. Like,
About him
usually,
catching a dead woman.
yeah, like he could be a lot more dramatic than this. To be honest, like he could draw this a lot better. Like they're in a cityscape. There's so much, and he's usually so good at drawing these ending pages with cliffhangers and shit, right? But it kind of just left me like, well, okay, I guess. So she's fine, I guess. Like, what's gonna happen next chapter? She's gonna, like, I'm just disappointed a little bit in how it ended.
Yeah. Well, that's like page composition thing, and I don't know, man. From experience, like panel composition is so fucking hard because at certain points you have to start choosing your battles and what you want to emphasize, and you only get so many pages a week, and for multiple reasons. So it's kind of hard to kind of like distribute it sometimes. I know I have had that problem. Like I draw sometimes and I'm just like, damn, I have to, you have to kill your darlings in a way when it comes to like how you want things to look in terms of page and panel layout. But Yeah, I mean, it's not like the most dramatic thing, but I can forgive that. I okay. I guess I just feel empathetic in terms of like artist to artist, I guess, where I'm like, I get it, dude. It's hard sometimes. But yeah, panel composition I've been trying to learn about a lot, and yeah, it's just one of the things that happens sometimes. One Piece does that a lot, where they try to, like, its panel composition is on and off in the later years because he's just trying to stuff so much story into one chapter because he doesn't want to do this for 75 more years. So, you know, it's a hard thing to consider. But I do agree with you, Brian. Like your criticism isn't invalid, but it's just kind of like, damn it.
I understand where you're coming from, Brian. What was you gonna? Go ahead.
It's just that I'm just used to such high quality from him, you know. And when like a chapter ends like that, it's just like, well, this is still a good chapter, but still, that's kind of. I mean, it's all right.
I'm looking back at the earlier pages, and I'm like, well, it's offset by the fact that the rest of this chapter is fucking baller. Like,
yeah, this whole chapter was was crazy. It's just, man, would be nice if it ended with a bang, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it did technically.
Shut up.
It literally exploded.
But to get into the things that I did like about the chapter, though, or more so, I'm really interested about, was I did not expect this quirk to be this good. You know what I mean? Like, this is a really, really strong quirk, and it's kind of like, it kind of brings up a lot of questions to me as to, like, because they're making comparisons to All Might and shit. And it's like, how did All Might do all the shit that he did with just the strength alone when he has so many similarities to how these quirks function, right?
Yeah.
So, well, it's so wild.
It's all right. Well, look at it like this, right? If you have somebody with powers that can make the wind blow, right, and make really strong gusts of wind, and you're like, oh, that's lit. But then you have someone like All Might who's so fucking powerful that if he claps his hands, he can create wind blasts 5 times the strength of, you know, what this guy can do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's whatever. He was so strong that he can just, you know, his power and options were limitless. The only thing he couldn't do was, you know, something real specialty wise, like how Yaozuruzu does, like how she just creates inanimate objects. Obviously, you can't do that, but as far as physical feats, if it's physically possible, he could do it in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what the question is. I think if you pay attention, like in the very first chapter, All Might uses Fajin. If you think about it, because he bursts really high in the air. After he defeats like the mud dude for the first time. And I don't know if you guys remember this scene, but way back where he was like, where Deku holds onto his leg for the first time as he's like flying through the air base.
Yeah.
I think that like he got to that high by using Fajin.
No, I understand what you're saying, but he didn't have access to any of the previous quirks. He just had access to his 100%.
Huh. I didn't know that. I figured that
he didn't, but that's why I'm asking this. That's why I was kind of. It's not really like I'm asking a question. It's more like I'm posing a thought, where it's like, it's insane that All Might was able to do all that he did, and have it be so similar to like the full extent of One for All's power.
Yeah,
and not unlock it. You know, like, it's crazy that he had a body that compatible. I think he might have had some influence from like the other quirks on his body without realizing it to an extent. I think
that makes sense.
Just because I'd say,
sorry,
never mind. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'll give this thought, right? For however crazy you think All Might is, or however powerful you think he is, right? For what he achieved with just his 100%, and I know you were introducing the thought that maybe the other quirks had influence on him. I think it would literally only be Fajin, because you wouldn't see anything Black Whip related or even with Float. He just jumped around. Regardless, I mean, look, I'd say forget that, right? That's not what we need to focus on. What we should focus on is if All Might could be the man 100 grand with the one for all, Midoriya could potentially reach 100% and then still have access to the other quirks.
Yeah.
How amazing is that?
That's the idea. Man.
So I had I know Brian definitely had things to say, but I actually had some thoughts about this chapter too, and it only didn't hit the RGC because One Piece was pretty epic, and I'm not going to do One Piece dirty like that. And I know My Hero Academia is going to have its day in the sun very, very soon.
Yeah.
But that's just a prediction. But look, in this chapter, I remember what Brian said about when in the fight against the muscle dude, and he was like, "Oh, you see, this is showing us that this is still the Midoriya. How he's thinking and using his quirks together." I'm not, I wasn't really feeling you, bro, because I felt like it just wasn't that much thought put into it, and it was something we could predict and figure. Like, yeah, well, you better be able to figure out how to use like your speed and your dash and whatever. But just in this fight against Lady Nagant, against someone that was really thinking and had like a sort of advantage over him as far as experience goes. How like her IQ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though she didn't know much about Midoriya, regardless, he found a way to get the advantage on her and beat her. And she had the advantage on him. She had the drop on him as a sniper, which is a really big deal. And I think that there was a point made to that. But what Midoriya did was use his mind, but not just to make a strategy where he would think in his head and try to figure out ways to win. He was actively trying to figure out how to use his quirks together to win, while at the same time under like a lot of heavy duration. I think this chapter showed like the growth, this chapter truly showed the growth that Midoriya's I guess been through or inhibited. I forget the word to say.
Yeah.
And then even as it ended, how he tried to save her and talk to her, and it wasn't cheesy to me because she noticed like, damn, this kid ain't just blabbing bullshit. Like, this nigga took a bullet and it still was willing to help me out after I tried to smoke this dude. So he said, like, she looked at him and said, damn, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you the fucking truth, and you're a dead ass like a hero that I could look up to. Yeah. My old ass, my Juma ass.
And then she explained.
So, yeah, I guess those were my thoughts. I really like this chapter, and I'm damn near considering the RGC, but I'm not going to do that to them.
Yeah. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen probably would have been my second place RGC, honestly. But
tight third,
honestly, dude. I mean, this was a great chapter. At first, I'll be honest, I was just like very kind of disappointed in Fajin because I didn't put a lot of thought into it, and I was like, damn, another mobility quirk. He has like flow.
But it does have a lot of application,
for sure. After as I gone on and thought about it, I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. And talking to you guys today has like solidified that even more. But yeah, at first I was like, damn, he's got Black Whip, Float, and what was the other one? Damn, that was more mobility as well.
The smoke screen, which is kind of like, meh.
Yeah,
come on.
But I honestly, this is
the only one I feel like is super lame.
Yeah, these are essentially really cool powers. He's basically Spider-Man at this point.
Yes, with Black Whip was the coolest thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah, which Horikoshi has said that his biggest influence is Spider-Man, like in a superhero sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if his intention is basically to make him Spider-Man to a degree, with some extra powers thrown in, like Smokescreen and what was it? Not Black Whip. Fajin is basically a Spider-Man power. It's like jumping really high, almost.
Dude, if I knew I could send mail directly to Horikoshi, I would try to send him the full series of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man translated in Japanese, just for him to read.
Hey, he's probably got it, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised.
Think so?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got some Marvel comics out there.
Right, because it was such a low-key... Was it a low-key run?
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty short. It was like 7-9 issues long.
No, it was short in length, but was it popular? Like, was everybody reading it, or was it
so.
like low key as far as like like a hidden gem?
Yeah, I think it was more of a hidden gem.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
I know. I was wondering, is like, did it get canceled because it didn't sell well? Is that what it was? Because I loved it. That was a sad day.
It was beautiful.
The day that we lost Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But anyway, My Hero Academia was great. I have no complaints. It was pretty cool. Fajin has grown on me completely. I'm into it.
Same.
Yeah.
There's one more thing that I actually want to say about Fajin is I think this is going to be a really good combo quirk. Like, I doubt he's ever going to use this for actual combat. I think he's always going to use this as to kind of become more All Might-esque in his ability to like get to places like in one leap and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really interesting to see how Deku is kind of piecing it all together. Because this is doing a lot of like visual storytelling, right? They're not telling you how Deku figured out how to use it. They're showing you how Deku found out how to use this quirk. Like, even when the first time they use it in the last chapter, it was like he used the smoke quirk, right? And then you see him throwing around those decoys, essentially, like the cape, his hood or something. That was him building up kinetic energy while also making use of the movements that he had to make. You know,
it was really fluid.
Yeah. So it's like he was already considering all that shit while actively trying a quirk that he's never used before. So Deku is really like on his A game right now. It's like he knows what's at risk and everything, and he knows the stakes, and he's really honing in on what his strengths are. And I think that's really fucking interesting the way Horikoshi is choosing to show that.
Yeah,
because they could constantly be talking about how he does it and all that shit, but he chooses to show instead of tell, which is really, really impressive.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And there is a cool bit of growth with Deku where, you know, he's learning, you know, that he can't just keep switching them on and off, that he's realizing that, oh, well, it's better if I choose, like, based on my strategy that I want to employ, I choose the quirks that are relevant to that strategy and just keep the others off. You know, so I guess the only way to do that is to be a little bit reckless up top, which is, you know, why he's been, like, shifting through so many quirks. You know, you learn trial by fire, essentially, but...
Yeah, and he'll develop his combinations.
Yeah, oh my
God.
God.
That's really interesting. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anybody who can, like, strategize combinations, it'll probably be Deku out of everybody.
It'd be Deku, yeah.
Oh
Makes
my God.
sense. And as he gets inspiration from the other fellow heroes. Yeah. I like that. I like this trajectory. I'm starting to... All right. Yo, this chapter, I ain't gonna lie, is starting to shift my perception. I don't want to jump off the boat though, but it's this. Let it be known that here is where a middle ground. It was sliding for me, and then like recently, it was still sliding, but it was very level. This has not only made it even, but slightly up. Like the bleeding has stopped completely with this chapter.
Yeah, it's cauterized, the wound. Well, I'm glad that you're digging it a little bit more. I'm also starting to like appreciate. I never had like lost all that much faith in My Hero, but I do like it a little bit more, you know, as the chapters have been going on. A little bit more direction here for it. But I guess we got to move on now. Are you guys ready to randomize?
Yes, sir.
Then let's go.
Oh, good.
Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 295 rematch. And guess what, guys?
What does the audience have to say?
Guess what, guys?
What do you guys understand, huh? RGC certified RGC.
This is
certified RGC.
However, I will say it was close this week. I believe Black Clover only won by 10% of the vote. My Hero, I believe, was... My Hero, One Piece, one of the two were a close second. You'll see it in this direction, I think. Yeah, it was kind of close. Black Clover won it out ultimately, as it usually does. But hey, if you guys want to cast your votes, follow us at New Jump City on Twitter and cast your vote. The poll is usually up on Sundays and all the way up to Thursdays when we usually record. So yeah, let your voice be known as we get into Black Clover. This is a cool ass color page, by the way. I do love this color spread. It's just like,
yeah, this was actually really fire.
And Tabata
was different from them too. Like, he doesn't usually do stuff like this.
Yeah, they're like, it's very like
Kuboian.
It's very it's you know, subtle. You know, it's not like big bombastic usually. Usually Tabata's color pages are pretty damn good. I usually really like his color pages a lot. And this is no exception.
Yeah. It's unique too. It has like a graininess to it that looks like it was done on purpose. You know, like this is like an old photo taken, but obviously it was drawn.
Yeah.
Damn, this looks really nice.
Well, it's the painting in the
background.
Look
like Miss Charmy. That's like, you know, different from how she usually looks.
I think he painted this basically. I think he like did a lot of the colors are painted, which is pretty sick. But yeah, let's move on to the chapter proper. Last we left off, Noelle just showed up to face off against Vanica. Gaja is also there to free Loro Pachica. And he's like, "Oh, did you get stronger?" Vanica's just like, "Did you get stronger for me, Noelle?" And not only did Noelle get stronger, she is accompanied by the water spirit.
Finally.
Yeah. And Vanica's like, the water spirit, I'm so tired. Yay. We get a flashback as to how this connection was established. And I remember this plant lady, but I forget her name. She basically explains that before ultimate magic or anything else, there's another power you should acquire. Isn't that right? Undine. And the water spirit Undine shows up. And she explains that, like, because of the curse warding magic, it temporarily dissolved her contract with Loro Pachica, and she decided to shift over to Noelle's grimoire in order to build up her strength again. Yeah, Noelle's basically has to become strong enough to become the next host for the water spirit, or, you know, for whatever temporary reason. But the problem is they don't get along really because Undine is very honest and very blunt. So she lets her feelings known. So they explain that using half of her body, Vanica has physically manifested the Supreme Devil Megicula. And while arcane mages could finish her off, there's another possibility. That it's a stage that only a spirit host can attain. One that purifies malice and destroys evil. Saint stage. Okay, sage form Naruto.
Like, okay. Yeah, right? Like,
yeah, I guess I'll get into my thoughts on the Saint stage later, but they explain it a little further. It's like, wait a minute. Why am I doing the Saint stage shit? Why doesn't Loro Pachica have it? And it's basically because they didn't want Loro Pachica to be a dick. Like, I guess this power, you know, I guess would make her strong and also a dick. So Undine was like, I wanted her to remain a good person. Oh no, I guess like Loro Pachica when she was a kid, she's very nice, she's a very sweet girl, but she was not able to learn a single attack spell because of her kindness. But in theory, they could have gotten her to that point, but instead they just kind of kept quiet for some reason. It feels arbitrary, weird. It doesn't feel exactly right, but yeah, Undine was just like, I just wanted her to keep her kind. I wanted her to stay kind. So yeah, Noelle is like, well, you know, you had good intentions and I can't get mad at that. So you know what? I'll pick up the slack. Join me and we'll defeat Vanica and rescue Loro Pachica. And yeah, Vanica just continues on talking shit while doing a massive blood blast thingy. Loro Pachica is crying because, you know, she's being forced into this battle, like to battle her friends. Vanica sends a bunch of blood at Noelle, and it all gets blocked by this big water sphere. But she's like, just shut your mouth. Someone who laughs like someone like you who does whatever she wants and laughs like an idiot while kind people get hurt and cry. It's just intolerable. And she emerges in her new form, Spirit Dive Saint Valkyrie armor, as she goes, I'm going to destroy you.
Damn, she said straight up. I thought that was pretty gangster.
I like Noelle a lot, honestly.
Intolerable. I'm going to destroy you. Like, fuck the fancy shit. Yeah. Like, I've had enough. You're a sore of this planet.
Yeah. Okay, so I like Noelle a lot. I love this moment for her. The Saint magic itself feels a little ass pulley, a little bit. But yeah, Noelle has like so many forms. You know, it's very much a Super Saiyan effect, where she gets form after form, and it's like, all right, where's the end of this? I think Urza is very similar from Fairy Tail as well, that she just gets more different armors.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not entirely mad at. I just wanted to point that out. I do like Noelle, though. I think, like, out of all the Black Clover characters, she gets a lot of development. And I appreciate that development. I like this form, too. I think it's pretty cool. It has
looks dope with the wings. It makes sense. I figured she would be the water, the water
spirit guy. Like, yeah. No, she is a water mage, so that works out. She has a halo on her head, too. It looks cool. I like it. I'm hoping that this becomes a more a battle in this similar vein as Magna's battle, where it's a little more compelling, a little deeper than kind of just the surface of saving Laurel Pachica.
Yeah, like they have an actual like drawn out battle.
Yeah, and there's like the thing about Magna's battle is like it was very character developy. It was like very much to the core of who Magna was and all that stuff, and it kind of changed his standing in the universe as a whole. At least I like to think. So I don't know. I would like this to be a deeper battle, because I don't know where the series goes after this. I don't know how much further you can go than defeating the literal demon spawn from hell. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm hoping for a good fight and an interesting one at that. But those are all my thoughts on Black Clover. Do you guys have anything to say? Brian, any thoughts?
Oh, man, fun chapter.
All
nope, not really.
All right, guys. Without further ado, let's wrap this show up. Thank you guys so much for listening. As usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal, Brian at b.esp, Josh at jdcole_37. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. We are open. Comment below on whatever video you're watching. That would be pretty sweet. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Share the videos with your friends. Whatever series you got, I got it in little highlight breakouts, or if you like full episodes. Also follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, Google Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on there, my friends, so get into it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out.
Peace!